So good morning students. Today we'll see some more concepts in the simple harmonic motion. Now let us say we are talking about a spring balance. We are talking about a spring balance. See, whenever we are talking about simple harmonic motion, we have to see that what is the mean position and what are the extreme positions. Okay, in which plane the oscillation is happening, whether the oscillation is happening in the vertical plane or it is happening in the horizontal plane, that we should be very careful about. Okay, now let us say there is a spring balance and the spring balance is on a platform and that platform is horizontal. The platform is horizontal, whereas the oscillation is happening in the vertical plane. Okay, platform is horizontal. SHM happening in vertical plane. Okay, so using a spring, now what are these? This is the mean position. This is one extreme position. This is another extreme position. So when we were talking about simple harmonic motion, you have to see what is the mean position, what are the extreme positions. Here you get the maximum amplitude in the positive direction. Here you get the maximum amplitude in the negative direction. Okay. Let me just adjust little bit this. I hope you are able to see. Okay. Yeah. Now let us say there is a mass and it has moved in the upper direction. Okay. So we want to frame the equation now, and see, always this acceleration is towards the mean position. Always the acceleration is towards the mean position. That you have to be very careful while we are talking about simple harmonic motion. Okay. So if you see the case of a pendulum, if the pendulum is here, it is trying to come back to the mean position. Same when it is here, it is trying to come back to the mean position. At the topmost position, it will come to rest. We have decided that, we have discussed that the velocity is maximum at the mean position, whereas at the top points, the maximum amplitude, the velocity is 0, and the acceleration is always towards the mean position. Okay, so like this, when you have got a mass, so what are the forces acting on it? The weight will be acting downwards. Okay, now this mass here has moved like this means, so it is like this here. Okay, so here if I draw it here, free body diagram, the weight is acting downward. Okay, acceleration towards the mean position it will happen, right? Now this platform, this block is on the platform, so there will be a reaction on the platform. There will be reaction on the platform, right? So we are trying to find out what is the reaction in the spring balance. It is giving you the weight. It is giving you the weight, isn't it? The balance what you are seeing on which you are standing to find out your weight. What is that basically? It is basically a spring balance which is giving you the reaction. Okay. So if you see, acceleration is happening in the downward direction. So draw the net force F net. F net will be equal to m into a, which is equal to acceleration is happening downward direction. So it is mg minus r, isn't it? So from here we can get r is equal to mg minus a. Now what is this r? It is the spring balance reading. It is a spring balance reading when this object is moving away from the mean position in this fashion. Alright. So this is the case 1. So if any question comes asking in a spring balance, you find the reading in the spring balance, you should use this concept. Now let us take another situation. This was situation 1. Let us say the mass is here. Now this is situation 2. Here what is happening? Draw the free body diagram here. So the weight is acting downward, the reaction is in upward direction, and acceleration, which direction? Acceleration is towards the mean, like this. So in this is case 1. So case 2, find out F net. Okay. Here also it is Ma. Which force is more? R is more compared with Mg. So here it will be R minus Mg. Here it is R minus Mg. So R will be equal to Mg plus Ma. Mg plus Ma, which is more. This is more, you know. So when it is moving in this direction, the reading in the spring balance will be more. Here it will be less. Okay? Here it will be less. Now can we write this Ma as, what was A? We have seen A is equal to omega square amplitude, right? Isn't it? So we can write this as m omega square A. Okay? If you want a specific location y, you should write it as m omega square y. See here, this is our y. Okay? And what is this? This is y is equal to A, and this is y is equal to minus A. We are taking this as a vertical axis. You know? So if at a particular location you want, you have to write here. M omega square y. M omega square y you have to, isn't it? Is equal to, this is my Ma, it is R minus Mg. Alright? So you can very well find out the displacement values also. So displacement will be equal to R minus Mg by m omega square. R minus Mg by m omega square. If this angular speed is provided to you, you know the mass, you can find out the displacement location. And what is the maximum displacement? Y is equal to A. Okay? So these are the concepts. Now here, just note it down. One more concept is there, I just want to discuss regarding this normal reaction. See, let us say there is a block which is sitting on a table. Okay, here, if you draw the free body diagram, the weight is acting downwards, and obviously some normal reaction is there. Now this normal reaction will come into picture only if there is contact. Very, very important point. Only if there is contact, you know. If the body is in contact with the surface, you will say that there is a normal reaction. Suppose there is a gap here. Suppose the situation was like this. There is some gap here. There is a gap here, no? This is gap. Will this block will have any normal reaction? It will not have any normal reaction. So sometimes in questions, they will use this condition no contact. They use this condition no contact. What is the meaning of no contact? R is equal to 0. Suppose this block has lost contact with the platform. There is a platform here. It has lost contact with the platform. Then what will happen? What will be the condition? The condition will be R is equal to 0. So suppose we are taking this particular case. Here what was the equation? R is in the upward direction. Here what was the condition? If you put R is equal to 0, what is happening basically? Mg is equal to Ma you are getting. Isn't it? Mg is equal to Ma. So again write the equation. What is the acceleration in the downward direction? So Mg minus R is equal to Ma, but that A we have written it as omega square y. Isn't it? M is equal to m omega square y. Now when in the question no contact, no contact condition is provided, then what you have to do? You have to put R is equal to 0. So in this case, it becomes Mg is equal to M omega square Y. So Mn cancel, okay? And so from here, you can get omega square is equal to G divided by Y. Okay? So from here you can find out omega value. Omega value is root over G by Y. If you know the omega value, you can find the time period also. Okay? Omega is equal to 2 pi by t. So 2 pi by t is equal to root over G by A. Just see my previous 2-3 days back video. I have given you an expression for time period. Remember? Time period t is equal to 2 pi into root over y by a. It has come from here only. Okay. So from this you can write time period is equal to 2 pi y by g. Just see, just 3-4 days back I was discussing about time period. One generic expression I have given. I told that we may see this derivation sometime later or whatever. Okay. So this is how it has come. So take a screenshot and we'll move to the other concept. So let us see another situation. Suppose there is a block on a rough surface. There is a block on a rough surface. Here the platform also is horizontal and the block is oscillating in this fashion. So platform horizontal, SHM, it is happening in this direction, horizontal direction, right? So that is the situation. So this is our main position. This is our one extreme position. See, all this we don't have to write, and just for the sake of, so this type of mental map you have to prepare. Ki oscillation is happening in which direction actually? How is the thing happening? You need to, when you're doing physics, you have to feel what you're doing. You have to be involved in what you're doing. That is the reason why in detail I'm writing all this. Otherwise, you don't have to write all these things. Okay. Now, this is a rough surface. Obviously, there is some mu value, right? Some coefficient of friction will be given to you. And now when this is mean position, it is oscillating in this direction. So what is the condition we can apply over here? See, draw the free body diagram. There will be a weight acting downwards. There will be a normal reaction, right? In the previous example, we had talked about spring balance, which is oscillating in the y direction. Now it is oscillating in x direction. So same situation, different forces. Here, when it is oscillating in this direction, there is a frictional force acting in this direction, which is mu times n. Which is mu times n. So this mu times n, can we equate that with our spring, with our simple harmonic motion? So we can write the net force here will be equal to, here it will be equal to ma. It should be less than or equal to mu mg. Okay, because it has got an upper limit, This is one amplitude, this is another amplitude. Okay, so maximum it can go is mu mg value. What is this mu mg? It is frictional force. Oscillation is happening in this direction. The mass is trying to move in this direction. Obviously, the force will be acting in this direction because of simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion means you got the acceleration. Multiply with the mass, you get the force. Now, another way of talking this is called a restoring force. This MA, what we are calling it as, see, let me explain to you what is a restoring force. Just understand this term, restoring force. See, suppose this is a spring. I apply a force here. If I don't apply a force here, this spring will remain like that till eternity. Okay? If I don't apply a force here, the spring will be simply sitting like that. But when I apply force here, what will happen? You are trying to pull this object in this direction. What will the spring do? Will the spring keep quiet? No. It will try to pull it back. So it is applying a reverse force, isn't it? Now that reverse force is restoring force. Restoring means bringing back to its. So we say restore your energy. So pull back your energy, So similar situation, restoring force will be developed over here. Now this force is developed because of the internal energy that is stored inside the spring, which is potential energy. Many times we have discussed this point. So the energy stored inside the spring is the potential energy. So the spring will try to bring it back. So that is the restoring force. So this is the condition you can apply. Okay, here M cancel. So A is less than or equal to mu g. But what is A? A we have seen that it is omega square. If I take the maximum, omega square A. Okay, A is equal to omega square y. Right? At amplitude, A maximum will be equal to what? Omega square A. Isn't it? So I am talking about A maximum should be less than or equal to mu g. So omega square should be less than or equal to mu g. So are you getting an equation here? So A is equal to mu g by omega square. If A value you want to know, you can calculate like this. If you want to find out omega will be equal to, should be less than or equal to mu g by t. So this must be the maximum angular speed. Okay, it should be less than or equal to, not maximum. So this is the limiting value. Okay, so you can frame the equation like this. In the case of motion happening in the horizontal direction, when friction is given to you. So when these type of questions are given, you have to frame the conditions. You can see here I am doing in a simple way. I am writing all the conditions involved, and those conditions we are framing in the form of equations. And what are the conditions we are using? We are using the Newton's laws of motion only. So inherently, all these things are following the Newton's laws of motion. Okay, it's just that we have introduced another term called simple harmonic motion. It's a special type of a motion, but basically you are using the principles of Newton's laws of motion only. Whatever you have learned in Newton's laws of motion, that only we are applying over here. Okay, just take a screenshot and note it down. So sometimes this type of graph questions are given. So in this x direction, which is displacement in centimeters, and in the y direction, it is force in newtons. Okay, and they ask you to calculate what is the frequency, the mass is given to you. So how to do this question? So this is a case of simple harmonic motion. Okay, and it's a simple harmonic motion means we are writing it as basically in terms of force constant. We are writing F is proportional to x, and with a minus sign here. Force is in one direction, displacement in other direction. Force in one direction means acceleration in that direction, right? So you have acceleration, you multiply with the force, you multiply with the mass, you get the acceleration, you get the force. See, acceleration is there, you multiply with the mass, you get force. Acceleration in this direction, displacement in this direction. That's what I'm trying to intend. Okay. So F is proportional to minus x, or F is equal to kx, where you are calling this k as force constant, isn't it? Mathematically, if you see, this F is proportional to x. That means F must be, see, F is proportional to minus x. To break this proportionality, I have to bring a constant. So what is that constant? That constant is force constant. Its units are Newton per meter. Okay. So while doing questions, you should be very careful about the units. Now a force versus displacement graph is given to you. So find the slope, you get the value of k. Find the value of slope, you get the value of k. So slope of F versus x graph gives you what? It gives you force constant. It gives you force constant, right? So here this value it is corresponding to this 20 centimeters. 2 Newton force is corresponding to 20 centimeters. So what is K value here? So here, what is slope? This is slope, no? Okay. So this is my F and this is my X value. So it is F by X only. No? So what is force here? It is 2 Newtons divided by 20 centimeters, which is nothing but 0.2 meters. So this is what? This is 10 Newton per meter. Okay. Now this force we have also written as m omega square y, m omega square y, isn't it? So at the maximum location, the displacement will be maximum. So this y becomes amplitude. So this is one way of writing it. F is equal to kx is another way of writing it. If you compare these two equations, this is displacement and this is also displacement. Here I should write, because it is happening in the x direction is given, I have to write here x. Okay, m omega square x is another way of writing it. So comparing these two equations, you understand how we have got? See, omega square x is basically the acceleration part, m into this. But here we have, from this graph we have got this force constant. We are just equating them. So comparing these two, you get k is equal to m omega square. So what is omega? Is asking you frequency, no? So it is k by m root over k by m. Okay? Root over k divided by m. So k value we have got how much? 10. And mass is given how much? 400 grams. Okay? 400 grams is what? 0.4 kg. Okay? This is Newton, this is kg. So just find out the value. This is 100 by 4, root 25. You got 5 radians per second. Okay? This is Newton per meter actually. So you got 5 radians per second. This is how we can calculate. Okay? So make a note of this. These are graph based questions. So you should be able to infer what is given in the graph and how to equate it with our general known equations. So always remember this thing that when you are talking about simple harmonic motion, in your mind F is equal to kx should be rotating all the time, you know, and F is equal to m omega square x. You should be able to compare them. This is the most of times only this is tested in one way or another way. But you have to see in which direction the displacement is happening actually. Okay. So take a screenshot and note it down. Now let us see some concepts on energy in SHM. Energy in SHM. Motion. Present simple harmonic motion. Why motion will happen? Without energy play, can any motion happen? You say that an object is going. When the object is going, it has got kinetic energy. So object moving has got some motion is happening in that. So it is happening because of some energy play is there. Similarly, simple harmonic motion when we talk about, so there is a role play of energy in that. So here we are mostly talking about this mechanical energy. So when we talk about total energy, here potential energy and kinetic energy will come into picture. So how to go about this energy thing means, so how potential energy is denoted by U. So how do I get this U? Integration of du. We have seen this concept that when you talk about work, small work, when you add them up, you get the total work, right? And this total work is always stored inside the body as a potential energy. So U will be equal to integration of du. Okay? Integration of du basically is integration of dw, right? So here, how to find this energy? Okay, dw. So this is nothing but f dx, right? we have to integrate this within the boundaries. So you are saying that no, this potential energy when you are applying from 0 to x, okay, from 0 is the main position and from x it's like this. This was the original position. It is happening like this, this circular harmonic motion happening like this. This is x is equal to x. Up till this position, from particular location we are talking about. So we are going to integrate between 0 to x, let us say, okay, to get a generic expression. So when you put x is equal to a, you get the maximum. When you put x is equal to a, you get the maximum. We are concentrating on the intermediary position. Okay. So what is f? F we have seen as kx dx from 0 to x. Okay. We are not finding the total energy. We are finding the generic expression for the u. So what is this? This is kx square by 2 between 0 to x. When you substitute the boundaries, it is kx square by 2 minus 0 square by 2. It is half kx square. So suppose the displacement in the spring you can work it out. What was the potential energy involved in the process? Okay, so u is given by half kx square. Now, this is what it is. Now this x is a displacement function, okay, and here x is given by, let us say, x is equal to sine omega t. This is our expression, a sine omega t, isn't it? What is this x motion? This is displacement. If I differentiate, I get velocity. If I differentiate again, I get the acceleration. This x part, it is involved in the motion. And what type of motion is it? It is a simple harmonic motion. So can we write this as u is equal to half k x square. So it is a square sine square omega t. There will be some phase involved in that. I am not writing that here. You can write this also as generic expression would be x is equal to omega t plus phi. Initial phase is there, let us say. Then you have to write here like this. This is the most generic way of writing that, isn't it? So this whole part can become 1. This whole part can become 1. So what is the maximum potential energy? It is half k a square, isn't it? Sine omega t plus phi can become 1. So sine square will become 1. So maximum potential energy is half k a square. Look at this, let us say, pendulum analogy here. Now, this is the main position, right? This is main. This is one extreme. This is another extreme. What is happening? What is the potential energy? Do you think it is here? It is 0. So potential energy is maximum at its extreme positions. Potential energy is maximum at its extreme positions, isn't it? Potential energy is maximum at their extreme position. If you think in terms of mgh also, so this is the maximum height, Here it will have maximum potential energy. Here it will have the minimum. So this maximum potential energy, where we are talking about? We are talking about at the extreme location. We are talking about at the extreme positions. At the mean position, u will be equal to 0. Mean position, u will be equal to 0, right? Just take a screenshot. Look here, when we are saying this half k square, what is this k? This is spring constant. So this can be written as half m omega square into a square, right? This, in the previous example I have shown you that k is equal to m omega square. Just recollect this previous one. Okay, so this is the way of writing that. So this is the maximum value. So I can write this as u maximum, isn't it? This is my u maximum. So let's see some more points in this. So we have got u is equal to half m omega square a square sine square omega t plus phi. This is what we have got, isn't it? So can we write this equation as half m omega square a square? This is sine square omega t plus phi. So multiply numerator denominator by 2, you get 4. So can we write this as 2 sine square omega t plus phi? Can we write it like this? We can write like this. So let us convert that sine square into some regular function. See, can we write where do we get 2 sine square a? We get cos 2a is equal to 1 minus sine square a. 1 minus 2 sine square, isn't it? So what is 2 sine square a here? So 2 sine square here, 2 sine square a will be equal to 1 minus cos 2a, right? 1 minus cos 2a. So just put that here, 1 by 4 m omega square a square into 1 minus cos 2a. So cos 2a will be 2 omega t plus phi. This is the expression we got. Observe carefully. Is this periodic function? It is periodic function. If I talk this u as a function, this potential energy as a function, if I talk, this function is representing the motion, right? So that motion, this function we can say it is definitely periodic. Because 2 omega t plus phi, add 2 pi, add 4 pi, add 10 pi, keep on adding, the same thing will be repeating. Periodic, how you will know? This thing should repeat. Periodic, whenever you think, it should repeat. Okay? So here, this is repeating. So it is periodic. But is it SHM? No. It is not SHM. So potential function is not a SHM. Why? Because this is u value. You differentiate it once, you differentiate it twice. Okay? So when you differentiate it twice, so there what we got, a should be proportional to minus x. So this is the double derivative, isn't it? This is d square x by dt square. Should be proportional to minus x. So here, d square u by dt square should be proportional to minus u. You will not get that condition here. Okay? You will not get that condition here. So this is not simple harmonic motion, but this is periodic. Remember this. Okay? The potential function is periodic, but not SHM. It's a very important concept. Just note it down. If we try to understand this potential function variation in the terms of the graph will be like this. This is x and this is our potential function. So we have got this expression u is equal to half m omega square a square sine square omega t plus phi. This was our expression, right? So you can see very well, and we have seen that u minimum is equal to 0. And it is happening at the mean position, right? So which type of graph is this? A means it is the maximum amplitude, it is the maximum displacement. If you think in terms of displacement, here the term x square or y square will come. So the variation will be like this. It's a parabolic, it will be like this, okay? And here you are calling this as the mean position. X is equal to 0 is the mean position. Suppose the mean was at x is equal to x0, or let us say the mean was at some position this. This is the mean position. Then the graph will look like this. Understood? So you need to pick the mean position. This is the mean position. Let us say in some other question. So this is the mean position in some other question. Okay? I told you, no? You have to always identify where is the mean position. See, all these concepts are useful to you. You may think that why we are reading all this theory and all that. in JEE you have to know more and more concepts. Many times questions related to graph are given. Students think that from where they have come. They have come from the basics only. So you have to know more and more concepts in physics if you want to do well in the competitive exams. So the graph, if it is given like this, oh, we have studied in the class, our sir told like this, and he is drawing like this. So what? He is just testing your basics. So here the mean point is here. So the variation will be like this. Okay? Suppose it was here, x is equal to minus x0 was the mean position. The graph would have been like this. Okay? It's a parabolic variation and the graph would have been like this. Okay? So these are some of the concepts regarding potential function. Next class we will see the kinetic and other parts. Okay? Till then, take care. Bye.